A.R.S show, yo yo. This is the A.R.S show, yo ho. Loves the A.R.S show, want more? This is the A.R.S show, yo. It is the host with the most, the man that loves to boast from the east to the west coast. This is A.R.S, the incredible at his finest. You are listening live on the only place to find all the gaming content I'm create. Rance Chesterfield on twitch.tv. That's Rance, R-A-N-C-E, Chester, F-E-I-L-D on twitch.tv. You can catch all the replays on the Rance Chesterfield Presents Facebook page and on the incredible A.R.S YouTube page as well, where you can also find all my music, as well as on other all streaming platforms for music videos, gaming content, anything else I decide to create goes right there on those platforms. The incredible A.R.S on YouTube and on all social medias, as well as Ranch Chesterfield Presents on Facebook. The two places you can currently find all gaming content and music on all your streaming platforms. Speaking of music, I have incredible news. June 1st, I finally was able to get the clearance. We did it. We did it, folks. June 1st, Dead Poets, A Meeting of the Minds, Volume 1. It's it's on all streaming platforms. I'm a little choked up because I just feel proud that I was able to do this, because this ain't just a solo project this time. I got my people, you know? Shout out to everybody who contributed their music, sharing splits with the homies. This, it's, it's a good thing, man. It's a good thing. It's something I was able to do. I feel proud of. I'll make sure everything is everything. Producers come calling, they're gonna get their slice. I work through United Masters. I release independently. Muy Poeta is the label. I don't say it just for fun. That's the brand right there. Muy Poeta. Muy Poeta. Yeah, let it sit right there. Let it linger. Yeah. Nice. But June 1st, Dead Poets, Meeting of the Minds, Volume 1, on all platforms, wherever you like to listen to music. You really want it in CD form, just like the rest of my music. Links are in usually all the bios where you're listening to this. A.R.S 978 on Linktree. There you can purchase your music directly from me, independent artist. Everywhere goes where it needs to go, so we could try to live our best life. Same way you trying to do. Live your best life. Oh yeah. Speaking of Ranch Chesterfield, that's where you can. That's my alter ego when I usually broadcast sports. Like, you can watch GPW, see where it starts. They just finished up GPW Supercard 2. And I feel like that, all the episodes are gonna come out Wednesday at 8 p.m. on YouTube. For the people that never saw it, that want to watch it on that platform. And I want to tell you right now, when it comes to GPW, think Road to Super Crown 2, Episode 2, it's where I really feel like the production starts getting better. You know, just got a new co-host, new broadcast partner, my homie C's, aka well, but when he's with Ranch Chesterfield, it's the Sea Meister. really gives ultimate insight and helps tell the stories that are happening in GPW. It's like the stories he tells on the mic, because you can also you can listen to C's on Dead Poets, A Meeting of the Minds, Volume 1, June 1st. Oh, this is special. I'm gonna probably release this to Sunday, and that album's gonna come out the Saturday of the same week. You're gonna be listening to people like my boy Trey Ballin, aka Trey B Ballin. Might have heard him on Asylum. Yes, spitting straight fire on that. We also got a collab EP, LP coming soon, depending on the amount of songs we want to bless y'all with. Yes, sir. Also, you're gonna hear my boy Luckavelli R.I.P. because that's exactly what he does to the beat on that project. Also heard him on Asylum. Dog. Dog. Body in the beats as always. As mentioned, C's, C-E-E-Z, formerly known as War Love, formerly known as LUV, Latin Unleashing Vengeance, because that's exactly what he does on the MIC. Because when the Reverend speaks, that means people listen. C-E-E-Z, so you know it's me. That's exactly who he is. And also, my boy Fresh, now known as U-Rose. E-U-R-O-S-E, U-Rose. Will also be on A Meeting of the Minds Volume 1, dropping June 1st on all platforms. Never, he wasn't on Asylum. He's new. You're going to be here for the people on the platforms, on the streaming services. They're going to be hearing him for the first time. And I'm going to let you know, you will not be disappointed. I found some of the best spitters. I was lucky enough to be surrounded by some of the best spitters my city ever seen. And there's some dope spitters from my city. Lawtown, Lawrence, Mass. There's some fire rappers out here, artists in general. Doesn't really matter the genre. They out there. You can come to my city and find that talent. Shout out to people like Isha from 978. Guys like Zay, you know. Freaking Andre X, Andrex, however you pronounce it. The guys from Nowhere Studios producing good content out there. Plenty of DJs that'll spin the records for you. DJ Turtle. You know, they all do most dance hall. They'll do whatever genre. These guys are DJs. Get the party started. In the day we used to have DJ Heat. The guy who actually invented the phrase Lawtown. Put it on wax. R.I.P. to that man. Went by the name Scientific. Spelled T-I-F-I-K at the end. T-I-F-I-K. Scientific. There's two projects he had. One called Criminal, where you can find the song Lawtown. And Criminal in general, if you're a fan of Golden Age, old school hip hop, go listen to Criminal by Scientific. It has everything you need in that sound and genre. He's one of those guys that got messed up on his label deal. Shit got fucked up. He ended up dying tragically. And not enough people heard his music, and they should. Scientific, Criminal. He also has another project called The Most Blunted, but back to Criminal. Because I'm telling you, go look at the producer list on that album and tell me that shit was not fire. He has RZA when he was still known as Prince Rakeem, but on the track he does one of probably the earliest producer tags because he goes RZA, RZA, and him and Ed OG proceed to rip it. Go check those out. we say Crumb Snatchers also from Lawtown, you know, former Gangstar family member, R.P. the Guru. Shout out to DJ Premier. I want to do a track with you one day. You know, there's a lot of talent from this city, and it's not even just rap. I could keep going with rap. You know, shout out to other people that fucking stop making music. You know, life happens. You know, got some ill beat makers out here. You know, terminology. Shout out another rapper, the hardest working rapper, Rex, putting in work. Think he dropped like 7 projects in 2 years as well. Me and him on the same pace so far. The guy out fucking, he already lapped us twice for his terminology on his 50th project, putting in work. Incredible rappers from the city doing their thing, and that's just English rap, you know. You know, ill beat makers, like I was saying earlier, ill beat makers. Shout out to Short Fuse, you know. Shout out to Wiz Dakota. Term been making beats. You know, L5. I feel like I'm missing some guys. Damn it. There's way more. Melks. Hey, you know, that's just those genres, you know. Town really loved this dance hall and produced its own dance hall artists, you know. Beakalicious, you know, Knowledge, 2K5, and freaking Tommy out there is doing this thing with dance hall. Then Renegade, I forgot what he goes by now. Gado, Gado. Been doing dance hall for years, working with a lot of the local artists as well. You know, back in the day, it used to be Push Key Studios, used to be the Lab, used to be in the back of the Tat Shop. There's areas, you know, Playground Records, Lenny Thompson, where he found, where guys like a Young Term, Fuse, and his pops working with, and Crumb Snatcher, and Scientific, Dramatic. It's a guy working, doing rap for years for the city. You know, there's some rap history here in Lawtown. You know, I took the time to try to look for it. There's a lot of guys I didn't even mention, and girls. You know, going on a long time. You know, I could switch genres. You know, there's some guys like Dominic Marte for bachata. You know, talking going way back, lounge singing, Robert Goulet. You know, he found it. He found his bones in Canada, but you know, his younger years was spent in Lawtown. So we claim him. You know, Robert Frost wrote his poetry. Got a school named after him. Nicky Jams for reggaeton. Lot, lot of local artists doing tembo and reggaeton around here. It's incredible how much music came out of a city only 7 miles long. You know, you want to go into rock. You know, members of Godsmack like Sully Ermac, Lawtown. You know, Joe Perry, born in Lawrence. Joe Perry being the lead guitarist for Aerosmith for the people who didn't know. Yes, yes, sir. Incredible music from a city only 7 miles long that gets blamed for New Hampshire's whole drug issue. Oh, fuck it, I'll bring it up. Fuck Governor Sununu. You know, this guy blamed a state that's bigger than Mass, by the way, their whole drug issue on a city 7 miles long. That the former President Trump even backed up. Yeah, blame those immigrants. Why? Because this is one of those cities that chose to be a sanctuary city because it's one of those cities where an immigrant can start their quote unquote American dream. Some choose to stay. Some, like, eventually, and this is a town that was built on immigration, but it didn't start with Latinos. They just don't like it that it happens to be someone non-white usually, because Latinos come in every color. They probably don't like the country they're from. But that's how it always starts. Xenophobia is where it always begins. People are afraid of change. People are afraid it was different. And yes, immigration is an issue when it's done the wrong way. And I feel like there's a way you can expedite the process. Hey, background checks. Hey, you gotta stay less than a month or somewhere while you check all your backgrounds and all that. And I think there should be a way that someone who's trained in a good profession, doctors especially scientists, teachers, and certain depend, you know, there's a way to transfer that credentials or a way hey, if you pass a certain, this gets you up until a certain point and you gotta like renew your license. So you need to go back to school another 1, 2 years, some shit. Like a refresher and the master, whatever the fuck. Wherever they want to put you at. As long as it's, not in the beginning, because they put in their work over there. And certain things can transfer over. That's just immigration. America got a lot more problems. I feel like they're fixable, but they're all connected, and there's powers at play that don't want to see that happen because it's going to stop how they make their money. And doesn't matter what level you are in life, someone fucks with your money, you're gonna react. Or fucks with your way you're living. For a lot of people, it is money, for they can live. And it's just one of those things, but it is correctable. But that's where voting matters. Making sure you pick the right people, win or lose, and just vote. Hey, not just vote, but staying on top of you. Hey, this was your promise, stick to it, or we ain't picking you next time, 'cause you don't know what you're doing. And there needs to be better communication from the top all the way to the bottom levels of government. Local, state, and federal have to, hey, this needs to be addressed. And this problem, this is how you need to address it. Alright. Well, there's corruptions in all levels. Give someone a little bit of power, an inch of power, to try to take it a mile. Of what, give someone an inch of what they feel is total control, and they'll go all the way with it. C'est la vie. Yes, indeed. But it is what it is. Been thinking of how to make new content, how to spice it up. I'm working on a game mic on the PS4. You know, give it better presentation when I do put it on YouTube and Facebook. So that, for the people watching it live, they're watching me record live. Like, okay, so that I can go up back at it later and, add whatever I can add to it to prettify it. So usually when you're following on the Ranch Chesterfield page, you're gonna see me go from the A.R.S show to an Allen Plays, or big time baseball. So you'll see me change my voice from A.R.S to Ranch Chesterfield. When I think of a good introduction for some of the other stuff, might make it easier. Give myself better ways to edit, 'cause Now I'm just giving you full broadcasts of the games. It's a big time baseball, you know. Maybe edit it in a way so it's maybe just highlights, hmm. Or recaps, recap of the stand-in highlights, game of the week. Unless you want to see all the games, hey, it's only 5 innings. It's quick. Unless they go into extra innings. There was one game. I forgot which week. Goes into 11 innings, and there's only 5 innings a game. So, and those pitchers were fucking pitching. I'm thinking of maybe adding new teams. I want to finish this season out to see how I can switch the league around. Maybe add new teams. Maybe do divisions, a Division 1 and Division 2 with less games, so that we can see how the table switches. 2 in, 2 out. Kind of like soccer. I do like relegation in sports, because if America started using relegation, it'd get rid of bad owners. Because there's no such thing. It gets rid of bad owners and it gets rid of tanking. Baseball is kind of a little bit better set up to do it. Some of the teams but you'd have to kind of get rid of the draft. And guys get signed, basically end up getting signed whenever, honestly. Transfer fees, kind of like how Japanese baseball you have to pay the team, then pay the player. So that'll be ways for guys to be able to keep, money to compete. Kind of like how Europe does it. Start with a single A team, and in 4 or 5 years, have an attempt to compete with MLB. If you could keep your players or sign the right players. Or in those places, build academies so you start working with schools. NFL can do it now that they have the UFL. Maybe there's a third league, which it'd suck for me as a Patriots fan. It's going, say they're the shittiest team in the league, they're going to the UFL. Shit. But then a guy is on, but like the way it's set up now, the UFL could be a second route to the NFL, because a guy could get signed to the UFL and still get drafted. Just thinking a way, how to make the sports better. WNBA, they got a chance with a Bird and Magic situation, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, but they're just pushing Caitlin Clark for now. But I think they got like a 03 draft class situation. A couple chicks there they could push. The Cameron Brink. They got the Dominican shorty is in the Liberty. Damn, I forgot her name. Fuck. But she's in the right spot. A Dominican chick playing ball in fucking the Mecca. I ain't talking the Mecca basketball. I'm talking like the Mecca Dominicans right there, Washington Heights. Yeah, de lo mío personal in the building. They want to expand. I thought they announced a Golden State team. Toronto. That's cool. Not gonna put one in Boston because they say it's gonna be the Sun, and I tweeted the Suns a couple months back. Hey, do some games in Boston. If you say you're New England's team, do some games in Boston, and I think they're doing like 2 games in Boston. I gave them 2 opponents too: New York, New York Liberty, and the LA Sparks. Boom. It didn't have Celtics colored team, but close enough. They should create that connection though. The Celtics and the Suns. The more you associate the Suns with the Celtics, the more people from Boston will watch the Suns. And again, do those quarterly Boston games. Oh, the Suns are going to be in Boston this month. I think it'd be a good thing. But, if they're going to add like a couple more teams, I think the WNBA should aim for small markets or markets that don't have, any of the big sports teams. Somewhere they can cultivate, create their own loyal fan base that isn't divided or split, or it's theirs. They can, they can get into the community first, create their own stars, fill those smaller arenas, you know, that'll look good on TV. So that when other teams from bigger cities come in, they look, oh shit, we gotta try to copy this. Because you want an arena full of fans, and I think that having a couple mid to small market teams will do that. Because look at how some of the other leagues are built. There are one or two small market. The Green Bay Packers. Come on. In the NFL, they're just one of those teams that stay in there. San Antonio Spurs in the NBA. Trying to think of one for baseball, but I'm just confused right now. There are a few. They're there. They're there. A lot of them. You can see how loyal some AAA, some foreign minor league fans are to their team. Yeah, I haven't thought about baseball in so long. My era of baseball kind of ended after 2017. Big Poppy retired. I was like, all right. I left a little bit earlier. After Don Orsillo, RIP to Jerry Remy. Don Orsillo left. They didn't feel the same. They never, I'm not trying to disrespect the team now or the broadcasters they have now, but I grew up playing baseball. When I fell out of love with the sport, I kind of like put it all the way down. I still, still support my Sox. Got to go to a game. Still need to go to a game where we win. I like to heckle. I like the funny heckle. There's a guy going viral for doing that now. I was just doing that naturally. Always want to be the guy to say something to make a player laugh. Like, damn. Or be like disrespectfully funny. Like, hey, I know what you like on your wings. That weak sauce. You know? Disrespectfully funny. Like, damn, man, what the fuck? What the fuck did you just... Like, he's in a puff. But he's laughing. Because he doesn't want to laugh. But then you still did it. That's the kind of heckling I like at sports events. Comedy shows, you're at your own risk. That's what a comedian, like that's what he do for a living, dog. Not to see the Tom Brady roast. It, it was hilarious. A lot of people are too sensitive now. That's why you didn't see a lot of those roasts. Especially celebrities are very image based, reality based. No, I need to protect my image. A lot of them don't stand on business. I give it the time, That nigga stood there. He's like, we do it again? Fuck no. It's alright. You only had to do it once. We recorded it. That shit was amazing. They got fucking Belichick and Kraft to do a shot. No, them niggas don't like each other. Especially now. But fuck it. They did that shot though. It's pretty dope. Hey, can't dwell on the past though. Focus too much on the future, you get anxiety. Now take your steps today, so yeah, you're a step closer tomorrow. If you got the ability to skip steps, do it. But make sure you're prepared for what's in front of you. A lot of people try to skip steps and then, get start at step one, skip to step five, and go, oh shit, fuck, what do I do? Should have done two through four. Todo. As you know, that's really what's been on my mind. That's all I can think of. Thinking away, I think I'm ready to switch to Ranch Chesterfield. As you know, Ranch Chesterfield, twitch.tv, Ranch Chesterfield presents Facebook, the incredible A.R.S. and all on YouTube and all other social media platforms. You can find all this content plus the music, linktree slash A.R.S. 978. Purchase your CDs, your vinyls, and your digital copies. Stream it on all platforms. But this is the A.R.S. show, and we're about to